Welcome back, everybody, to Grand Tactician, the Civil War. I'm Grumpy Grandpa Gaming, and this is episode 6 of our Union Summer 61 campaign in version 1.11 using the A.O.M Mod. So, as you can see, we're already loaded into a battle map here, and just as a reminder, just in case you don't have the time to do it, when you are playing the game and you enter into a battle, when you're looking to shut down the game, it is better for you to enter the battle than save and exit while on the battle screen than it is to do from the campaign map, because some buggy things happen on the campaign map when you do that. As you fight the battle that you're going to fight, and then there's also an auto resolve that does some weird things with the numbers, so it's better off for you to enter the map and then shut the game down from there. Alright, so this is the Battle of Culpepper Courthouse. And we are starting McDowell's 1st Corps, which is under the 1st U.S. Volunteers Army under the command of Grant, but he's too far away to take part in this conflict. I think 1st Corps is just outside of his command reach. And he is combating the Virginia Reserve Army and the Department of South Carolina under the overall command of Gustavus Smith. And the Department of South Carolina is under the command of States Rights Gist. As you can see, it's a meeting engagement, but we are not going to play it like that. So come up here in reports. We have a decided numbers advantage. I have almost 28,000 men on the field to his 13,000. And where the objective point is over here on the far side of U.S. Ford, actually gives us a massive opportunity to do some long-range damage to his army. So my plan is to not cross the fords. I know it sounds a little counterintuitive, but I'm not going to cross the fords and seize the objective unless I absolutely have to. What I'm going to do is line a division here, line a division here, and set my artillery division up here to rain havoc and hellfire down on the Confederates and just to trick them down and force them to attack me or withdraw. I see no point in forcing an attack unless we actually go to a day 2. And then I'll use what engineer points I have to construct these pontoon bridges and push across the river. Though if we do go to a day 2, my deployment zone should have this inside of it anyway. Or at least a portion of it where I can get troops across without having to fight across. So that's my plan for now, is just sit back and take it easy, and I'll be back once I have my troops in position. Alrighty, it's 1500 in game, and I didn't think the rebels were coming. They're finally starting to appear. HOLCL Cavalry. Oh, Holcomb Legion Cavalry, okay. So they are finally starting to show up for us. I got these other counter barrels. Let's put them at fire at will. It looks like it's just their cavalry so far. As I've been scouring the map looking for dust trails or trying to get a sounding. I had nothing this time around. Guess the AI wasn't letting me find them that easily this time. So they are just appearing. And even though I'm up on this ridgeline, I can see over all these trees. The artillery sighting on this game still needs some work. So I should be able to hammer these guys easily because they're out in the open on this hillside and I'm above them on this cliff. That's just a little annoying. But we're going to hold with this the rest of the day. I don't think the AI will attack me, but they may. I've seen it do some crazy things. So I did what I said I was going to set out to do. I sent 2nd Division down to this fort. I got 1st Division at this fort, the Artillery Division back here, and I have the Cavalry Division up here at Richards Ford. So I don't think the AI will attack, but you never know. I was hoping to have better siding with my Artillery Division, which would hammer away at them and basically force them to attack me. after causing enough casualties, or I'd just sit there and cause casualties, and then they would withdraw. Yeah, somebody's at least firing. Figure this battery could see them easily enough. But, they're on fire at will. Oh, there you go. Once I told them, everybody else is firing now. Good, too. That's a lot of artillery firing. So this entire artillery division is armed with 10-pounder Parrots. And these are the support batteries from my other two, from 3rd and 4th Infantry divisions. So they are armed with 12-pounder Napoleons. So hopefully we can do some damage to this 1st South Carolina Cavalry Regiment there. Let them get some experience points on those batteries. Looks like Holcomb's Legion might move on the forward point, but who knows. So I'm going to pause this here, and I'll be back if something happens. So it's 16:35 in game, and the rest of the Confederate infantry has shown up. We got Charleston Guards, the South Carolina Reserve Brigade, Holcomb's 1st and 3rd companies, Holcomb's 2nd and 3rd, Holcomb's 3rd and 3rd, Heath's Brigade, Palmetto Sharpshooters, South Carolina Militia Brigade. We have broken the 1st South Carolina Cavalry, but they haven't retreated off for some reason. And the Virginia LD Brigade. I'm not sure what the LD stands for. Somebody knows, please let me know in the comments. So they're not pushing across yet, but it looks like they're starting to send skirmishers over. And we should be able to take care of them handily enough between the battery of artillery with 7 guns and all my rifle armed troops. So I wasn't expecting the rebels to send anybody over, but they are. But it's just skirmishers so far, probably just trying to test the defenses. Just in case, probably move this division a little closer. I'm ordering one at a time because I didn't detach their batteries. Probably should. They are not with their divisions. Yeah, they're getting ripped apart. They're down by 30 men already. The skirmishers are not an issue. Getting ready to break. There we go. Don't know what the rebels were thinking with that one, but hey. AI does weird things sometimes. But if you're looking to test the defenses, you don't send across a skirmisher unit. That would have been more of a recon and force mission trying to go across that ford. That should have been a full regiment or brigade. Well, my artillery is firing, thankfully. So I got the setup going that I did want, so my artillery is just laying into them. Only caused 100 casualties so far, but none of these artillery batteries have any training yet. So as they get better, they'll cause more casualties. Same thing over here. I only have the one brigade building the works that I need over here because that's the engineer brigade. They don't have a perk yet, so I'm having them do all the work. Future battles, brigades that don't have perks will be... Their first perk will be doing the entrenchments themselves, so they get the experience points. I don't think the rebels will be making any further moves today. It's October. It is going on to 1700, so we're about to lose the daylight. I'll be back with day 2. So it's 1824, and it looks like the rebels are going to make a concerted effort here to push across. It's like 1st Virginia Militia and Harper's Detachment are coming across now. I'm just trying to get the Engineer Brigade out of the way. Did bring up And a battery of artillery over here. Hopefully my batteries see them off. I did give them counter battery orders. Yep, starting to take that under fire now. Good. They did previously send one detachment across and managed to cause about 17 casualties on my brigades over here. Looks like they're not coming across. But my artillery has been working away. We've caused an estimated 250 casualties to them so far. And it looks like the other corps has arrived. Once again, like I said, I don't see a need to push across. As long as they sit the way they're sitting, I'll let my artillery just hammer away at them. Tomorrow morning, day 2 of the battle, if they are still sitting here and not crossing, I'm going to send the 2nd Division. It should be 5th. I got to renumber the divisions in this army. That should not be 5th Division. So I didn't go through and rename everything yet, but this should be 4th Division, not 5th. So I'll be sending those 2 divisions across over here at this ford to hit them in the flank over here. And if the rebels do build these pontoon bridges, because for some reason the AI likes to build pontoon bridges when they are in their range, I'm going to bring the Cavalry division over to watch these 2 bridges over here. So I don't think they would do anything over in this location because their army's massed over here, where the objective point is. I really thought they were coming across an attack. Once again, like I said earlier, I will be back with day 2 start, it looks like. Alright, it's day 2, 0700. It doesn't look like the rebels have moved any of their forces, but they might have, so we're not going to know if these are still here or not until we hit play. They are massed up for an attack across the ford, and it does not look like they've built these pontoons. But just in case. The cavalry down on there. And these guys are all armed with Sharp's carbines, so they're anything that comes at them is going to get hammered. And I moved the 1st New Hampshire Artillery, which was part of 3rd Division, which was over here, or 2nd Division, my bad, to support over here. And I moved 3rd and 4th Divisions across in order to start a flank attack. And I have left, I'm at 2nd and 4th Divisions. I've left 2nd Division back here as a reserve, just in case they decide to push across. So it looks like they were amassing to do that, but I'm not sure if they will or not. So these 2 divisions will do a broad front attack. With 5th Division pushing to here, where my mouse is. And 2nd Division pushing to this tree line right here. Because I know there are forces in here that we do not see. I saw them move up and then they disappeared in the trees. So between them and all the artillery firing into the flanks, we should be good to go. We've already caused almost 500 casualties to this force. Their morale is now below ours. It was higher at the start of this. So, and their units that did rout did recover. They're not taking a morale hit from routes anymore. But we have them down over a point with the casualties we have caused so far, which is 3.7% of their force. We need to get it to 21 for that major victory. I don't see us getting it, but we might. But I don't have the cavalry in a position to pursue if they start to fall back. So let's hit play here and see what happens. And they moved further back. But that works for me. Just advance to that defense line there. advance you guys up to here on their flank. And they did build the pontoons. But with my forces here now, I doubt they will send out an attack. Let's see if they shift. So while my forces wait for their orders to get moving and this AI decides what it's going to do, I'll be back once the action starts. So it's 8:30 at day 2. I have started advancing these 2 divisions about halfway across the field. I sent 5th Division forward to this fence line in hopes of drawing out the Confederates out of the woodlot. But they've only sent out this 1 detachment so far. Just probably once again causing an inordinate amount of casualties. Got McDowell moving across the river to facilitate giving orders. This brigade up to there. I want to cover these pontoons while I start bringing across my Cavalry Division and my 3rd Infantry Division. And I'm thinking once this division moves forward, we should get a reaction because these guys will be in rifle range of whatever in the wood over here. And this brigade should be able to swing around in an L to put some flanking and rear fire on. I was really hoping to draw them out to take some flanking fire from my artillery. So, I'll pause this here and let these moves happen, and I will be back. So it's 9:30 in the morning. I really haven't moved my attacking divisions yet. So I'm just giving an update here on what I am doing. So these 2 divisions are in place to begin to advance, and I'm going to advance them to the top of this ridge line here. Because the Confederates are down in these woods. Even though they have the cover of the woods, I should have a decided advantage on height and range, firing down into the woods where they are massed up. I'm not going to order that until 3rd Division here is across the river. Because this is the wilderness map, it takes a while for orders to move around, it takes a while for troops to get around. So once they are across these pontoons, I will be pushing forward my attack. I've already brought the Cavalry Division across. I'm going to keep them out this way in order to hopefully capitalize on any retreating Confederate units and snatch up some prisoners that way and plus up the casualty numbers for them. But once again, this is the wilderness map, so cavalry's not very effective out here. It's not useful. The infantry could probably run away faster through the woods than the cavalry can catch them. And I'm going to order sending these guys. So, probably be a little bit longer, probably after 10 a.m. in game time before an attack rolls off. Yeah, it's already 0940, so by the time this division's across the pontoons, probably around 10:30-ish or so. So I'll be back. Alrighty, it's 10:50 now. My timing was about right when I called it. 3rd Division did cross the pontoons at around 10:30, but it took them another 20 minutes for them to get into position for me. So we're about to launch this attack. Advance to there. I'm advancing them really close, but I want to make sure I am on the high ground above. Now, once these gentlemen start getting to position up here, and the rebels haven't moved anybody over here, I'm going to push 1st Division over here across along this road here to form an L shape and fire down into them from over there also, if they don't put anybody at that point. Speed this up a bit, let the orders go out. There we go. Watching these guys advance special units off in the distance, kind of cool looking. They have a lot of brigades massed up back here, but none of them are very strong. I think they're all under 1,000 for the most part. There's VMI with 900 men. Palmetto's got 750. He's got 950, 850, 900. So, yeah, none of these, I don't think any of their brigades exceed 1,000 men. There's only 13,000 men in this between the two corps, or the two army, as they are not broken up into corps, really. And they did send a bunch more brigades over here. The AI figured out what I was doing. They kind of moved a bunch of men forward also. And there's nobody in front of this brigade here. I can swing them out and around also and start getting basically a U-shaped combat going on. If any of these brigades need to be relieved, I have 3rd Division right behind them. 7th Cavalry. Advance you guys up to there. I'll probably take higher casualties initially as my men move into position. But once we're in position and have the heights, we should be good. Things are probably going to start getting a little choppy with all the movement and firing. There's a lot of troops mixed up in here. There's nobody there, so... brigades firing. Problem is having the frontage for all your units. It's always an issue. And there's one of those disappearing units again. They're right in front of me. That was a Confederate State Marine Corps unit too. Today's battle brews Lagavulin. You gotta love that smell. Tell you what, if I hit the Mega Millions, I'll be drinking this every day of the week. Really? I thought I gave you guys orders, another advance order set. It's starting to break already. Perfect. And we have retaken the objective point. I did not just order this brigade. And they are retreating already. Really? AI is getting smarter. Oh, we already got them at 1,200 casualties. Wow. Okay. We just plussed them up a huge amount. So I'm guessing these guys aren't... Some of these guys are laying down and not firing back, so I don't think they're very well armed. Wow, that was fast. We already have them at 10% casualties. Keep firing, boys. Keep firing. Only 11 minutes, so we're not going to have enough time to get the cavalry in there to snatch anybody up, but we can keep gunning them down. Because they're all down here in this bowl. That height advantage helps a lot. Oh yeah, they're going to run away faster and we can chase them. That's a little surprising. I thought this would take longer. Yep, 2 minutes left. Alright. It's over. Alright. So, even with me massing up on the Confederate right flank, they did not set up defensively. So I'm a little disappointed with that. No, States' Rights Gist was in charge of the battle. I thought it was Gustavus Smith in charge. Alright. So we took down 1,200 of their 10,000 infantry, 250 of their 1,600 cavalry. Only got 5 of their 40 guns, but they really... This is the wilderness. Guns don't really play a big part in any battle in the wilderness. They're just kind of there. I was lucky I got as much use out of mine as I did. So we took down 1,500 as 13,000 men. We lost 287 of our infantry in that final push. I did take about 75 casualties on day one when they kept throwing across the skirmishers, and they finally did get some batteries firing. Didn't lose any cavalry. We lost 1 gun to counter battery fire. For a total loss of 301 men of our 27,796. So 301 to 1,500. That's literally 5 to 1 odds. You cannot beat that. Let's take a look at the paperwork. Alright, 7th Cavalry Division, 1st Brigade is the engineers. Oh, they did a little shooting when they were building the entrenchments. They got 2 skirmishers. 3rd Division, which was the support division on the attack. Their artillery got some firing in because I did detach them. So their artillery, the 1st Rhode Island Battery A, got 18 infantry, 14 cavalry, and 2 artillerymen for a total of 34. 1st Division, which was on the ford. 2nd Brigade was the reserve brigade, so they didn't get any action. And 1st Brigade got 29 infantrymen, and that's it. 3rd Brigade got 51. And the 1st Connecticut Light Artillery Battery got 36 infantry, 1 cavalryman. So division total of 117 from all the skirmishers that they did send across at us. 2nd Division... 1st Brigade did 32 to cavalry. 4th Brigade did 380 to infantry, 30 to cavalry, for a total of 410. 2nd Brigade did 77 to cavalry. That's it. 1st New Hampshire, I know they did a lot of firing. Doesn't look like they caused any casualties. That's upsetting a little bit. 5th Division. I gotta go in and rename all the divisions in this corps. I thought I'd done it already. 1st Brigade caused 351 infantry casualties. The Militia Brigade didn't cause anything. 2nd Brigade did 112 to infantry, 25 to cavalry for a total of 137. And the 1st Massachusetts Heavy Artillery did 50 to infantry, 19 to cavalry, 13 to artillery for a total of 84. Division total of 572. And 4th Division, which is the Artillery Division, which did do a lot of firing. And this is the 1st New Jersey Artillery's Batteries A and B. Battery B did 6 infantry, 8 to cavalry, 2 to artillery for a total of 16. 1st New Jersey Battery A did 11 infantry, 4 to cavalry, 2 to artillery for a total of 17. 1st New Jersey Battery C did 17 infantry, 7 to cavalry, 15 artillery for a total of 39. 1st New York Battery E did 19 infantry, 24 to cavalry, 11 artillery for a total of 55. And 1st New York Battery F did 22 to infantry, 15 to cavalry, and 19 to artillery for a total of 56. Division total of 183. So these guys are all armed with 10-pounder parrots. So their numbers being light is kind of expected. They're set up more as a counter battery force than anything else. I expect all the batteries attached to the line divisions to always have a higher casualty cause rate than anything. Once again, I'm really surprised at how fast this ended, because their morale was not low. Poured myself 2 fingers of a Lagavulin, expecting a little bit of a drawn-out fight, and it didn't happen. The longest part of this fight was setting everything up to go in. That was about, call that 2.5 hours, possibly, of playtime. Just moving stuff around, because I don't like to play at advanced speeds. I like to just let everything take its time. So, could have taken less time to get it all done, but I just like to let everything play out at a slow speed, because otherwise, sometimes things will happen and you don't notice until it's too late. But once again, comments on that battle. I mean, I think the AI is getting a little smarter and realizing it was not in a good position, especially with the 2-to-1 odds against it. And we did cause 5-to-1 on casualties. So the AI coming out when it did was a very smart move. Wasn't expecting it to do that, but it was a smart move. Alright. Victory at Culpepper Courthouse. The enemies reportedly suffered total casualties of 1,508 men, thereof 278 killed and 266 captured. Our casualties total 301 men, with 40 killed and 44 missing. We have captured 628 rifles and 3 guns from the battlefield and sent 221 soldiers off to our prison camps. Alright. So I think 1st Corps did exceed their orders a little bit. I wanted them at Manassas. They went past Manassas. That's why this battle happened. Nope, my bad. I did send them out to intercept these 2. I forgot about that. It's been a few days since the last recording. So I did send him to intercept these 2 corps. Looks like we're starting to flip Winchester back in our favor. There's Army Command. Yeah, if he was in Manassas, he would have been within Grant's window of control. So let's get that rolled off. So basically all Confederate forces in the Virginia theater are in retreat now. And we can order 5th Corps back down to its position at Cincinnati, along with his boss. So I don't believe the rebels will be doing anything again, at least for this month. Oh, nope. Looks like Army Potomac's on the move. I need to get 1st Corps pulled back towards Manassas. This will be almost even on fight. So I need him back there. This way we can get some reinforcements in if necessary. Or are they avoiding me? Looks like they're avoiding me. Okay. They might still be in retreat. But I do need to keep First Corps where Grant can reinforce him with the other corps as necessary. Alright. Now let's take a look at how our 2 sieges are going. Alright, Hatteras has moved heavily in our favor. That is now 65% chance of victory. And it looks like Fort Barrancas has moved back in our favor also. So I think this was down in the 40s. It's now back up in the 50s. Now 56% chance. I think it had moved down into the 40s. Hopefully it slides back in our direction. And let's take a look at Recruitment Command. See if any of our 10th Corps units are ready to move out. Okay, this brigade is... This is going to another corps. These guys are good to go except for their artillery battery, which is transferring in. 10 days to that battery arrives. I'll ship them off once their battery arrives. Kiwi Marines are still forming, another 4 days. And the Gym Squadron is still forming, another 5 days. And the Georgia Loyalists is still another 9 days from forming. Okay. So it looks like Kiwi Marines, the Hannibal Brigade, and the 1st Iowa Infantry with the 2nd Kansas Independent Artillery will probably be the 1st Division of 10th Corps. Now, what corps did I raise this division for? That's 1st Army. Full strength, full strength. Full strength. Okay, looks like they are going to, is that 6th Corps? 9th Corps. They're going to 9th Corps. Okay. I think about that first. I was raising so many units that it's kind of hard to keep track of it sometimes. Once Tradoc empties out a little bit more, it'll be easier to figure out who's going where. But 9th Corps does need those reinforcements. We're going to Tradoc that. There we go. So I'll give them 2 infantry divisions. And they'll be there in 7 days. There's nobody else in the other divisions, right? Once I've finished forming the 10th and 11th Corps, which will be all the viewer units, I will take all the leftovers and probably create a Cavalry Corps. Or a Corps of Artillery. I'm not sure yet. Alright. I think we'll let this episode roll on a little longer. That battle was... There was more maneuvering on my part than anything else, and, you know, just firing of artillery. So we'll just keep this going, and I'll be back once something else happens. So it's October 20 in game, and I thought we were done with fighting for the month, but looks like the Army of Alabama, under command of Bobby Lee, of all people, is entering Ohio. And they're coming for me at Cincinnati, and they're going up against my 5th Corps, 3rd Army under Hooker. I don't know what the AI is thinking on this one. I got Called 5,900 infantry, 1,600 cavalry, and 51 guns against his 48, almost 4,900 infantry and 18 guns. This is not going to be a big fight. Then again, any of the Western fights won't be big, at least on my part, because none of the Corps out here are up to strength yet. Once you're out of Virginia, all the Corps are under strength. So, we'll take this fight. Shouldn't take too long. I'll be back after the load screen. Welcome to the Battle of Cincinnati. So, we do have a numbers advantage on the Confederates by about 3,000 men, I believe. And there's no normally in a situation like this, I would just go out and find them. But I don't know how big their deployment area is, and there's a lot of map to go look for them on. So I've decided on setting up back here at the actual defense point and wait for them to show up, or at least give me an idea of where they're going to be. So I'm going to be placing the infantry division along these heights in the wood here. And I'm going to place the cavalry division down here in this orchard. We are very low strength here, so we only have the one infantry division, the artillery division, the cavalry division, and an engineer regiment. There is another division transferring in. I'm not sure how many days away they are, though. Probably be here within the week, but they're not here now, so it don't matter. And this brigade is not happy. Oh, and it's everybody's first fight. This is a well-armed corps. Lorenz rifles for everybody. And the engineers are already a 3-perk brigade. 1st Michigan Engineers and Mechanics. These guys all have Lorenzes. This is a very well-armed division. And these guys have a couple of 14-pounders. Yeah, like I said, I'm just going to set up here. Infantry here. Cavalry here. Probably put the artillery here where they can fire in either direction. And just wait for Bobby Lee to show up. See which route he takes. So it's 0700 on day 1, so he should be here sometime in the afternoon, late morning. So I'll be back when he shows up. So it's 9:30 day 1, and we have dust trail sightings here. So they are marching into town, crossing the fords and bridges that come across the river at us. So I didn't need to set the cavalry division off on the flank the way I did. Oh, and the engineer's already done building. So I'm going to bring the cavalry division back across the stream. Place them out here in the wood line over here, just in case old Bobby Lee wants to try around on the flank. But I don't think so. I think this will be more of a straight-up fight. So I'll be back once the action starts. Alright, it's 10:12 in the morning, and the McCullough's brigade is coming to view, and they are just marching down the road at us and right into the artillery division and the support battery for the infantry division. They're coming right at the infantry, too. So I don't see this being much of a contest. They're going to flush out in the battle line. All right, there we go. We got McCown. Here are the forces back here still. So I don't know if they're going to push in or not. It'll be interesting to see if they do. You guys are on the Burnsides. All right, everybody's got the same weapon. And Burnsides aren't bad carbines at all. Just gotta wait and see what these boys are gonna do. You come in range of my 6-pounders? Looks like it, yeah. Except for maybe this battery. No, they're idle. They can't see nothing where they are. Alright, let's push you guys over there. That and they're facing the wrong damn direction. There you go. They're just facing the wrong direction. They're just going to march right at us again. East Tennessee Brigade. And they're just marching to their deaths. Just like Wheeling. Was it Wheeling or Marietta? Or both battles. Just kind of marched in. I don't understand the chop right there, but alright. They're getting ready to break already. I'm gonna put another shot of canister into them. They're too far for the canister now. They're gonna lie down. So that's 2,000 men. That's all their infantry right there. Cavalry, get the hell out here. We're gonna go snatch their artillery and cavalry up. This is all their infantry right there. All 5,000 and something of it. Alright. Get reloaded before they're in canister range. Get some good shots in there. What'd that volley do? Damn, they already had 200 casualties from that volley. These guys didn't hang around long enough to get a canister in their face. Double when you're moving. There's a battery for each of those regiments to grab up. That's just perfect. That's 2nd Division Commander. He didn't have any troops, so he left the field. My cavalry, get out of here. Once they do, it's over. It's already over. Oh, that sucks. On counter battery, get some experience points from that at least. Cavalry's out. Go get you boys some. Get me their guns. Those new battle flags really add to the flavor. Oh, that was a hit. 63 men from those 2 volleys. I'm not surprised they broke, to be honest. They've taken that grape shot in the face. Get them, go get them. Get the hell in there. Before you take more canister in our face. Come on. Oh. That was ugly. That was a lot of canister in the face. Let's just run this along now. There we go. I'm not even going to chase. Oh, those canister hits were ugly. But, not an auspicious start for Bobby Lee, much like real life. A lot of people don't know, because it's not highly discussed, is General Lee spent some time in West Virginia before he took command of the Army in Northern Virginia. And it was not good out there, but that really wasn't his fault. All the commanders in West Virginia for the Confederacy all hated each other, did not work well together. So, it's kind of true to life not having an auspicious start out in the western regions. So, we took down 350 of his 4,700 infantry. Got all 15 of his guns. Total loss of 450 of his 5,000 men. We lost 9 infantrymen, 132 cavalry because we took 3 shots of canister. Ugh. Those canister hits were ugly. We lost 141 men of our 8,200. But at least the first battle jitters for those troops are gone. Let's look at the paperwork. Engineers didn't fight. 2nd Division. What's it showing me the... Okay, 2nd Division still hasn't formed. Okay. Cavalry Division. So 4th Ohio took... Killed 3 artillerymen, captured 26. We're told 29. 2nd Kentucky did. Killed 30, captured 55 for a total 75. 1st Kentucky, which is the one that broke, caused 1 casualty. They were the first ones to take that canister shot into the face. So I don't blame them for breaking. It was their first battle. East Tennessee Brigade did 65 infantry casualties. The Ohio Militia didn't fire. What brigade is this? It's 1st West Virginia Light Artillery, but what is the supporting brigade? East Tennessee Brigade, okay. 65 infantry casualties. No, that's the first one, so come on. All right, first, no. What the hell? Come on. It's not going to tell me the name of it, but that 3rd Brigade did 257 infantry casualties. So they caused the highest casualties of everybody. Let's get closed out of here. Ugh. We should have taken less casualties than that, but taking those shots of canister really, really hurt. They got 50 and 60 men per shot on those damn things. Oh, that was not pretty. But plus side is, first battle jitters are now gone. And somehow Hooker became famous for this victory. So I think we'll let the clock run a little more, because that one, like the last battle, that went really fast, to be honest with you. I really wish the Confederacy would just not do anything for the winter and let their experience and training build up to make things a little more interesting. All right, victory at Cincinnati. The enemy reportedly suffered total casualties of 467 men, thereof 65 killed and 153 captured. Our casualties total 141 men with 59 killed and 32 missing. We've captured 151 rifles and 5 guns from the battlefield and sent 153 men off to our prison camps. Alright. Yeah, like I was saying, I really wish the AI would just... It's now October. moving into the official winter season in game, I wish the AI would just stop throwing attacks and move into winter quarters. This way they can drill and build their experience up and become better for a spring offensive. The only problem with it moving into winter season is I'm going to have issues down here in the Gulf now because of that. I was expecting to be in Mobile by now, or at least just outside of it. Well, we moved the game on a couple of days. Let's take a look here. This is at 56%. And Hatters is at 64 now. I think it was at 61 earlier. This one should be over soon, then I can get them moving again. Now tell me, usually, sometimes I'll tell you how many days you're looking at. This time it's not. All right, we'll let this roll a little longer. We'll see if we can't get this to the end of the month. This way I can open up the next episode with the monthlies. So hopefully it stays quiet for another 10 days. And I can start transferring the viewer units down to the Gulf region. So I'll be back. Alright everybody, we have moved to October 30th. We managed to go the rest of the month without a combat. So I will be closing the episode here, but before we do that, I have moved. Open up, come on, don't freeze. There we go. So I have formed a 3rd Corps under Nelson's 1st Army U.S. Regulars, commanded by John Wool, who was the commander of Recruitment Command East. He had 8 stars for command purposes. So 1 initiative, 2 leadership, 3 admin, and 1 cunning. And for right now, he's going to be the commander of 10th Corps. Gotta rename this. And as soon as the forces arrive, so this is all the viewer units. So I do have to rename all these divisions here. So 1st Division.